The final stop of the Grand Prix season is moments away, and it's the last opportunity to secure a spot in the Grand Prix final. The Canadian world champions Megan Duhamel and Eric Radford are on track for the final with their win at Skate Canada, but will need to come from behind to take gold here in Japan. The leaders after the short is the Chinese duo of Peng and Yang Jin. They are fresh off a second-place finish last week at the Cup of China and look to hold on to a win on their way to the final. The pairs free is next. NBC Sports presents the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating. We welcome you to Sapporo, Japan for the pairs free skate. This is the sixth and final stop on the Grand Prix circuit on the way to the final in 2 weeks in France. Hello, everybody. I'm Tracy Wilson. I'm joined by U.S. champion Ryan Bradley. And Ryan, let's take a look at the standings after the short program.
And we see Duhamel and Radford in second place leading into the free skate. That's not a position that they expected to be here, but they have a lot of firepower and are capable of putting up a number that could vault them into the lead.
Two Chinese teams also in podium position, but now we begin with the first team, and this team comes from Austria, three-time Austrian champions, Miriam Ziegler and Severin Kiefer. They're skating to Mika medley, and this is choreographed by Mark Belay.
Triple twist. You'll notice the lack of full extension at the top that we see from our elite teams. Side by side, triple Lutz. She was unable to complete the rotation, costing a lot of points on the pass. Triple toe, double toe combination, beautifully executed. Throw triple flip a little forward.
They've been a pair for just over 3 years. In fact, their first season together, they qualified for the Olympics, finished 17th at the Games. Currently the 9th-ranked team in Europe. And Ryan, while they're not as powerful and don't have quite the ease across the ice that some of the top teams do, they have a really nice, gentle quality, and I particularly like her line. It's very graceful.
It's very aesthetically pleasing. You know, you don't see harsh angles. Everything has a continuity to their movement. Throw triple sow, very nicely executed.
And even if it all goes bad, it was the best time we ever.
Well, as you could hear, it's a full house in Japan, a warm response to Miriam Ziegler and Severin Kiefer, and particularly fitting at the end of the program. It's tough that last minute for the pair skaters, that peppy music. So I think the encouragement from the audience goes a long way to help.
And that's something we always see with the Japanese audience. They love getting involved in the performance, and sometimes that energy is infectious and it helps the skaters kind of perform all the way through to the end. But sometimes when you're gassed, it's a little tricky to get that energy to match the energy of the crowd. And what we saw today, it was a nice program. They don't really have a lot of awkward moments, but the big fall on the triplettes in the beginning really cost them a lot of points.
109.72. The high scores this year in the free skate are in the high 130s, so we'll look to see those as the competition progresses. But season's best for Miriam Ziegler and Severin Kiefer of Austria. And we will be back with the rest of the pairs, including the Canadian World Champions. We welcome you back inside the Mako Mane Saiki Suheim Arena in Sapporo, Japan, the NHK Trophy, 6th Grand Prix stop on the circuit. U.S. champions Tara Kayne and Danny O'Shea. They finished 5th place in the short program. Had errors on 3 elements, so they really want to tidy it up, try and get out a clean skate here in the free.
Triple twist a little back on the landing, but she keeps herself on one foot. Side-by-side triple Saukaus. A little wild to the outside, but hanging on. Throw triple flip. You can see the free foot coming down to stabilize on the landing. That'll be reflected on the grade of execution score.
All of the elements awarded a degree of technical difficulty, which is added to the quality or grade of execution that's given by the judges. And that makes up the technical score, which you see in the top left-hand corner. Technical score then added to the component mark, which is for skating skills, artistry, interpretation, choreography.
Double axel, tap toe, double axel sequence, very nicely executed. Triple sow.
The pairs free skate is just a minefield of technical elements, and these two are doing a good job of handling the challenges in the program. This is, with the side-by-side jumps, building some confidence. It's really looking well-trained to me, Ryan.
And they're generally well-trained, especially in these free programs. They've made their name by going out and doing these clean run-throughs.
That's how they won their U.S. title this year. Well, you can see they are certainly pleased with their efforts. Boy, there's nothing like that feeling, center ice, when you feel like you delivered. What a great moment. Tara Kayne, Danny O'Shea. U.S. champions, they placed 13th at the World Championships.
And this is a team that, as we touched on before, they won their national title because they skated two clean programs. And this season, we haven't seen that cleanliness, and that's really cost them. And today you can see the touchdown on the throw. The second axle appeared to be a little bit short. Those little moments take you out of the performance. They were very excited. They had a lot of energy all the way through to the end of the program. But when you don't have the power elements, you don't have the big twist, you don't do a quad throw, you really have to hit everything and get positive marks on the grade of execution in order to put up a score that contends with the top teams.
Tara was suffering from a knee injury in the summer at Skate America, where they placed 6th. She said they were still working their way back. Well, they've taken the next step here with a free skate score of 115.18. So bit by bit, building for the national championships, which will take place in January. Tara Kayne, Danny O'Shea, they're in first place at this point.
Couples in Group 2, please start.
We will be back with the final flight and the pairs free skate right after this. This event has been licensed by the International Skating Union, Lausanne, Switzerland, for this exclusive broadcast. All worldwide rights to this event are expressly reserved to the International Skating Union. Unauthorized reproduction and use of this event is strictly prohibited. We welcome you back inside the Makomane Suki Suheim Arena in Sapporo. Pairs warming up now for their free skate. Here's a look of Wang and Wang of China, who are sitting in third place after the short program.
And with a fourth place finish at their first Grand Prix, they do have an outside shot at making the final, but they would have to win here today.
A team that has no shot at making the final from Germany, Mari Vartmann, Ruben Blommaert, but they're in fourth place. They have a chance to get to the podium, Ryan.
They're really in striking distance. They would definitely need to go out and do a clean program and hope for a little help at the top.
Also in the field, the favorites, two-time current world champions Megan Duhamel, Eric Radford.
And they're sitting in second right now because they opted to go for the throw triple axel in the short program. They're using these Grand Prix as a moment to push the envelope and try to better themselves so that they're ready to put up their biggest possible score at the World Championships. That being said, they're certainly going to want to take home a gold medal here today.
Sitting in first place, a brand new pairing, Peng and Jin Young of China.
And they were just masterful in the short. It was a beautiful performance. They did everything to the best of their ability. If they can put together a free skate with that same quality, they could really put some pressure on the Canadians for the top of the podium.
Peng and Jin with a narrow lead of less than a point over the defending world champions will have their free skates next.
Representing China.
Back in Japan, the NHK trophy and the pairs free skate. This is the final flight. And first up, Wang Zhuhan and Wang Lei. 15th at Worlds in 2016. They're in third place after the short program.
Opening with a very clean triple twist. Side-by-side triple toe, double toe. They'll take a look at her landing on the replay board.
But a much better start, Ryan, than what we saw at Cup of China, where they finished fourth, and she had a number of jumping errors and dissolved into tears in the kiss and cry.
Side-by-side triple sow. She doubles hers, so they only get credit for side-by-side double sow cows, with minus on the grade of execution due to the lack of unison. Throw triple loop fights to hang on, bending so low in the landing leg, but does not put the free foot down.
Skating to Love is a many-splendored thing. This was choreographed by David Wilson.
Throw triple sow cow, much better landing.
Zhuhan and Wang lay. Not perfect, but a dramatic departure from what we saw at Cup of China. Big smiles and warm applause from this audience.
It really was a beautiful performance. You just didn't see any major breaks. But that being said, you can see the under rotation on the triple toe. The side-by-side triple sows become doubles. That's leaving a lot of points out there. On base value alone, those two sets of jumping passes are only about 4.5 points. So when you take into account that they're going to get minuses on the grade of execution for the under and then for the lack of unison, that number is going to come even lower. And the elite teams are pushing 10, 11 points on the jumping passes. So they needed to win to make the final, but they just left a lot of points out there.
Well, here's a look at their scores. Season's best, 119.66, and unlikely that they will be able to secure the first place with scores of that nature. But first for now, with 3 teams still to skate.
85.32, which brings them currently in first place.
So Wang and Wang were in third after the short program. This is the team that sits in fourth. From Germany, Mari Vartmann and Ruben Blommaert. They were just over 4 points behind third place after the short. They're in their second season as a team, skating to Second Law by Muse.
Opening triple twist comes crashing down, but she hangs on. We'll see that reflected in the grade of execution score. Triple toe. Triple toe. They complete the sequence.
Boy, and that's a difficult start.
That's a lot of points right off the bat. Side-by-side triple sow cows. You can see her slip off the heel, only getting 1 rotation.
It's an interesting choice of music. I find it a bit of a distraction with that voice.
And we see on the throw triple Lutz, just not enough time to get over the right foot in time for the landing.
Oh, Ryan, I think music is so important. And when I hear this is a piece that, as a skater, it doesn't make me feel like it would carry you or help, calm your nerves or kind of get you in the groove.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. It just comes off as a distraction.
Oh,
Triple Sal fights to hang on right at the end of the program.
Mari Vartmann, Ruben Blommaert, the second-ranked team in Germany. Behind Sevchenko and Massot, German teammates who also save a big throw for the end of the program. Struggled in this program, and if you look at the technical scores in the corner, they're quite a bit behind the Chinese team that they're trying to catch for the podium.
And certainly, they lose a lot of points. This right off the bat, the triple twist, you want to see a nice, clean catch over the boy's head, and he just catches her right at chest level. And then things kind of come unraveled. On the throw triple Lutz, she barely gets the rotation and does not have enough time to pull up and get that check out. Then on the side-by-side triple Sals, when one person does a single and the other person does a triple, you kind of get hit twice. You get more points for both skaters doing a single or both skaters doing a double. The good triple Sal becomes irrelevant because of the break in unison. So you really get hit hard on those mistakes. But they did cover a lot of ground on the triple toe sequence at the beginning of the program.
Well, they were 7th at the Cup of China. They were in 4th after the short program. But you see, with 2 teams still to skate, they have dropped to 4th here. So 109.47, Mari Vartmann, Ruben Blommaert of Germany. The top 2 teams are still to skate when we come back to Japan.
Number 6.
We welcome you back to Sapporo, Japan for the pairs free skate. 2 teams left, and on the ice now, 2-time and current world champions, 5-time Canadian champions, Megan Duhamel, Eric Radford. And they skate to no regrets.
Triple twist, very clean landing. Side-by-side triple Lutz's fight to hang on. Quadruple Salchow. The free foot might have brushed on the way out, but still a lot of points in executing that element.
You talked about how they try to push the envelope, and we just saw it there, a throw quad opening with side-by-side triple Lutzes. Just keep ramping it up technically.
Side-by-side triple toe.
That's odd to see an error on those jumping passes.
Every once in a while we see a bobble on the Lutzes, but never on the toes for them. Throw triple flip, fighting to hang on.
Oh my goodness, a miss on the takeoff of that lift. Eric just gets Megan up there for the final moments of the program. Well, that look says it all. That was work. And they're in second place after the short program, Ryan. Megan Duhamel, Eric Radford. Not the performance they were looking for.
You have to think that they just left the door open. They did some big things early in the run-through, completing the throw quad. That's a lot of points. But what uncharacteristic mistakes, the mistakes on the toe, the lack of communication into the last lift. Very important to see that he still pushed it up. But here's a look at that opening throw quadruple Salchow. She gets the rotation, but as she comes out, that free foot brushes out on the way. And Megan has a tendency to come down from these jumps and these throws so low in the knee and getting her weight so far forward, which helps her when things are a little bit off, but it also makes everything look a little bit forced, and it can really take away from the grade of execution. Obviously important to stay on your feet and get your elements completed, but when you're up against the best teams in the world, you want to be getting +2s, +3s on every jumping pass, every throw pass. And today, they're going to have to hope for some help to hang on for the lead.
Well, to get into the lead, they will take the lead now. The top team is coming up next. This is below their best this year, which is 139. So 131 errors taken into consideration. The final team and the leaders will take the ice when we come back to Japan.
Number 7.
Back inside the Makomane Saiki Suheim Arena in Sapporo, Japan, pairs free skate, the final team on the ice. And this is a new pairing. National champions with different partners. They joined up together last spring, Peng and Jin Yang, and they're in first place by less than a point. Peng was fourth in the world in 2015 with Zhang Hao.
Opening double axels, very unique pattern. Keeping the jumps moving opposite directions. Hers did not look to complete the rotation.
Jing is a two-time world junior champion with Yu Zhao Yu.
Triple toe.
Oh.
Slips off the front of the blade and cannot hang on. Not the way they were hoping to start this free program off.
Their first competition together was last week at the Cup of China, where they finished in second place. A beautiful skate, but just behind their former partners.
Triple twist, very cleanly executed to get things back on track. Beautiful throw triple loop.
So interesting to watch the swap in the pairs in China. See such two fine teams changing partners. China not happy with the success they were getting from the teams. I like these two together. I think they're a really nice combination.
They certainly have a nice connection on the ice, which I did not see with their previous partners. Huge throw triple sow cow.
Peng Cheng, Jin Yang of China. Two big, costly errors off the top of the program. The way they skated the rest made me forget about that, but those will come into play, the points they left on the board right off the top.
It really was a beautiful performance from that point on. But when you start off with two jumping passes and neither one of them goes well, as we talked about with the first Chinese team, that's leaving a lot of points on the table. And they're looking at about 2 points on their jumping passes yet again. But to come back, be able to fight for the throw, for these pair girls, when they go up for the throw after missing the jumps, having the strength to fight and get that confident landing out is so important. And we saw on the time she comes around for the second throw, just powerful and so beautifully executed. I love how she just held that landing and didn't budge until he got to her, showing complete command of the edge. They're capable of putting up big numbers, but if they don't hit the jumping passes, trying to take a shot at the world champions is out of reach.
So scores a little lower than what we saw for them in China. You see the deductions for the falls. 123.54, second place. And listen, this new team will get a chance to go to the Grand Prix final in their first season as a pair. Quite an accomplishment. Let's take a look at the final standings in the pairs event. The Americans, Kayne O'Shea in fourth, Ryan Canadians, Duhamel Radford take the win here.
And we didn't see the clean programs that we were hoping for, but Duhamel and Radford had the firepower at the beginning of the program, and that was enough to carry them to the win.
And here's a look at the overall standings, Ryan, the 6 teams that will go to the final in 2 weeks.
And Duhamel and Radford, Sevchenko and Massot, both winning Grand Prix events at 2 separate stops, have to be battling it out at the final.
So Wang and Wang take the bronze, Peng Jing the silver, Duhamel and Radford the gold. That's it from Japan for Ryan Bradley. I'm Tracy Wilson. Thanks for watching.